Hello everyone and welcome to the Hard Hittin Wrestling Show. I'm Ovi Muniz. This is a part one of a recap of what's happening at WrestleMania. 8 matches. We're going to try to make it just 90 seconds long. I am with Frank Cuesta, Hector Vasquez, and Tyler Bard. And we're going to start with the very first match. Alexa Bliss versus Nikki Cross. They are now the Women's Tag Team Champions. So we'll start with Frank because Frank, you won it. You and Tyler actually won that match along with my son Jovi. Talk it through what you saw in this match.
I think it was a good match.
You know, the match itself flowed okay. I enjoyed the quality of the fighting itself, but it just lacked in any big spots. Alexa missed her finisher, and you know, it still went for a 3 count. So it kind of felt like we were watching main event on the WWE Network, and it was a B card match. So overall, the match was okay. Something you'd see at a bingo hall, though.
I think they started off pretty good. I think this match was a good start off. They kept the action going back and forward. There wasn't like a stale moment there. So I think it was pretty good. Again, finisher wasn't that great. But overall, I think the match was a good match to start things off for the night.
Right, and like I said, the victory points came from Frank, Tyler, and Jovi. They scored 2 points since it was a tag team championship match. And then we're moving on to the next match was King Corbin versus Elias. This match, at first I thought that Elias was not going to show up because I thought maybe they're going to call an audible and get somebody else to get after Corbin. But Elias showed up, he got rejuvenated, and he handled his business. He got the victory. I, myself, and my son, we won. Tyler, you picked them too. But it was short and sweet to the point, and Elias came out victorious. It was about time that Elias got a win in WrestleMania.
I'm shaking my head because I did pick Elias, but like I've said, I don't care about the picks so much as I care about the content. And that match was not great. And it's WrestleMania. WrestleMania is supposed to be the culmination of all these great rivalries. And it ended in a roll-up. A roll-up!
But it ended the way Corbin always loses. He doesn't concentrate on finishing their opponent. He wants to argue with the referees. And that's the style that Corbin does. He loses track. Elias took advantage of the situation and came out victorious. And that's all you can say about this match. You could blame it on Corbin for his fault. But, hey, another fault that you want to talk about is the Raw Women's Championship. Becky Lynch and Shayna Baszler. I mean, look.
Again.
I'm the only one that picked Becky Lynch on this one. And I'm going to tell you right now that I was surprised because Shayna Baszler was whooping on her the whole entire match. She was dominant. But the biggest mistake was she was overconfident. She didn't really care about the win. She really didn't. She wanted to hurt Becky Lynch, and she got him on the clutch, but Becky was trying to counterattack it, and it just happened that Shayna's shoulders were on the ground, and it was a 3 count. And yes, Shayna is disappointed, and I guarantee that the next time these two will go at it, Shayna will dominate and make sure that she wins the match. But we're moving on to the next match as well, the Intercontinental Championship, Sami Zayn and Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, it went the way I thought we knew it was going to happen. Sami Zayn was going to hold that title. That was one of my 2 wins over the night. It was a very disappointing night for me, but that's okay though. We got tomorrow night, so. But yeah, it didn't happen the way I thought it was going to happen, But it almost seemed like it was going to because Drew was fixing to get involved, but when Daniel Bryan told him to hold off on that. But yeah, you knew the numbers game was going to catch up to them. They were outnumbered 3-2, so Sami Zayn did weasel himself into the victory. So yeah.
And this is another match that Daniel Bryan should have won, but he decided to handle his business outside the ring when he had to concentrate at Sami Zayn inside the ring. So once he did the dive on Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura, then he goes back in the top of the ropes and jumps and Sami Zayn just kicked him in the air. You paid the price. You know what I mean? You know it's a championship. You're a veteran. You know what the stakes are, and he missed that opportunity. And I won't be surprised if that was it for Daniel Bryan, because Sami Zayn's not that type of person that want to stick around and defend his title. I mean, and then another thing is he talked too damn much. That's another thing. But hey, an interesting match that followed after was the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. They waited till today to make the change that The Miz was not going to participate, but we already known that was going to happen. However, the triple threat was going on. They actually added Kofi Kingston in the mix. So we have Morrison, Jimmy Uso, and Kofi Kingston. The winner will take the tag team titles, but I kind of love the finish because I've never seen that type of finish ever. You know, Frank, you chose Morrison on this. Come on, tell me more about it. Why did you actually pick Morrison?
I mean, I picked them up just for the simple fact that they were the tag team champions, and it wasn't their time to lose the belt.
Jimmy and Kofi were hanging on to the hanger. Morrison was able to snatch those belts and fell with them. So, hey, it was a fair game. They missed that opportunity. My son Jovi, he actually picked the Morrison just because just before WrestleMania, he actually saw the video of The Miz and Morrison. I thought that video was hilarious. So if you haven't seen it yet, it's on the hhwshow.com. You could watch the video. I mean, the lyrics was off the chain. We're moving on to Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens.
I hated it, by the way.
Yeah, I figured you probably hate it. But, hey, it's entertainment, man. It's entertainment. That's all it is. But Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens, they had some unfinished business. I mean, this is a match that I thought it was for Seth Rollins. Hector, don't you agree?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be his match, but of course, you know, he just got outmanned, out wrestled, and you know, Kevin Owens brought it to him, and once the match restarted, I thought it was going to go back into Seth Rollins' hands, but you know, I think they did a good job of just keeping it to Kevin Owens, you know, to get the upper hand either way, because I think it would have just caused more of a friction and strife, you know, with the WWE universe if Seth Rollins would have won that match the second time around. So, you know, kudos to Kevin Owens. You know, I don't take none away from him. I didn't go for him, but him jumping off the WrestleMania sign was pretty awesome, though.
Yeah.
That was pretty.
But Tyler was very disappointed. Were you disappointed because it was a disqualification match, or?
No. So I was disappointed that it ended in disqualification. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. This is WrestleMania. And then they restarted it. So I'm like, okay, all right. I'm not so mad now. The match redeemed itself in that quality. And I'll say overall, this was the best match of the night. I'm still not giving it a very high grade, but I think it was a good enough match that it could have main evented like another pay-per-view. I don't think it was WrestleMania caliber, but Owens jumping off that WrestleMania sign, that was pretty awesome.
Right. All right, don't forget, we got the feedbacks. Don't forget to mute. Okay. You're absolutely right, Tyler. I that was awesome, him jumping off the sign. I mean, that gave me a reminder of Jeff Hardy. You know, if Jeff Hardy was in there, he would have probably done something even higher. You know, so it was great to see that. And the thing is, you get to hear everything that's going on without the fans. You know, a lot of people don't think about those kind of stuff. You know, the impact of what they do to their bodies. You actually hear it, you know, and hearing the referees making sure that these guys are okay, that they continue the fight. So the next match was the Universal Championship, Goldberg versus Braun Strowman. Hey, I was the guy, man. I was the only one that picked Braun Strowman on this one. And the only reason why is because there is no other scenarios after WrestleMania. Goldberg is a part-timer, and it was expected. But I'm going to tell you this. We never saw Braun Strowman after he lost the Intercontinental Championship. So what does that mean? Was he going back to the gym and working out? Was he training and stuff like that? Because, hey, you know, you were Intercontinental Champion. what's next for you? All right, it's the Universal title, you know, and most people do that. So why not train for the best? And Braun Strowman handled the spear, but Goldberg could not handle the slams that Braun was giving to him. He gave him 4 consecutive slams and put him away, and he became the Universal Champion. Any feedbacks?
Yeah, you know, that match right there was kind of, still I thought it was a fast match. I mean, there was not a lot of wrestling techniques going on, just move for move, power for power, and you could tell Goldberg was not in the shape that he was supposed to be in. You know, I'm just trying to scratch my head here, you know, was it meant for him to take the title away from the Fiend so the Fiend can focus on something else and then him lose it? It looks like that's the way it happened, you know, so now hopefully Goldberg will stay retired as a Hall of Famer and let Braun Strowman run the show until Roman Reigns get back.
I don't think he'll stay retired because, like I told you on the last episode, that Goldberg still needs to challenge Roman Reigns. You know, we're not going to leave it on the video game and play 2K20 or something like that so we could pretend that the match is going to happen. So
we see a three-way?
No, I don't think that's fair because we want to see the King of Spears. We want to see who's dominant. And the same way Undertaker gave Roman Reigns the yard, well, Goldberg needs to give him the respect of the spear. It has to happen. You know, Tyler, you're shaking your head, but you know, it's the real deal. How many people use the spear so many times?
I don't get. What are we just gonna give all of the titles to Roman? Just the king of the big dog of the yard, the king of the spears. What, he's gonna be Mr. WrestleMania next? Shawn Michaels gonna come out of retirement to go 1-on-1, and Ric Flair's gonna be like, you know what, son, you want to be the king of the submissions too? I'll teach you how to do the figure 4.
Well, because the Miz got him beat because the Miz stole Ric Flair's stuff and he gave him the blessing.
Listen,
Roman Reigns is the man in SmackDown, and you got to give him props, and he's due for the belt. And the fact that he's never lost the belt, he had to relinquish it because he had to deal with his cancer. Not right or wrong.
That's fine. I never said he doesn't deserve a title match. I just don't think he has to be putting these old guys got to keep putting over Roman Reigns, because that's the reason people hate him to begin with. I've always liked Roman Reigns, but the fact that he keeps beating these guys that we love and then they expect us to cheer him is kind of crazy.
Well, I'll tell you what's crazy is that there's an old man that still got what it takes to defeat his opponent, and that is The Undertaker, which was the last match of WrestleMania Part 1. During my picks yesterday on our last podcast with Hector, I was saying 2 things. So I had to cancel myself out in this match. So I had to go for AJ Styles, just the fact that I think I picked Undertaker, but then I said that I wanted AJ Styles to win. Because he was old, because people were coming back, the legends are coming back. It's about time somebody step up and put these legends away. So not everybody could be like Randy Orton, you know, the legend killer. But I had thought that maybe somehow AJ Styles would make a point and be like, look, we don't need you guys anymore. But that wasn't the case.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I just like the way they mixed, you know, the Boneyard with the American Badass. You know, you had the 2 different, you know, Undertaker, you know, his match, his style. That was great. I liked the way they kind of converted that together.
And I'm glad that you mentioned the American Badass, because a lot of people wanted to see the old Taker, the American Badass, which is a lot different than just seeing the old school Undertaker from the beginning. So that was a big change for this year's WrestleMania. Tyler, your last words about the match?
Yeah, you know, I thought of all the matches, this was the best one of the night. It was good that this was the main event. What constitutes a good match to me is that I can believe it's over more than once. And I did think it was over when AJ got in the tractor, and I'm like, oh wow, this didn't go how I expected it was going to go, and then the lights flashed on and Taker was behind him. So that was I overall didn't love it, but it was good. It was a good match.
Whoever watched this, I'm gonna tell you this, it made me want to watch tomorrow Part 2 to see how everything is going to flow. I really did. There was a lot of positives, especially on Twitter. I don't know where you guys are getting your social media from, but as far as what I'm watching and monitoring the WWE and everything else, for the most part, there was a lot of negatives. Of course, there's some haterades out there like Tyler doing it in the middle. But hey, but for the most part, being the way it is, being in a closed set. Thank you everyone for listening to the Hard Hittin Wrestling Show. What was your favorite part of the match in part 1? And what was your least favorite? And what are you looking forward to for part 2 for WrestleMania? Leave your comments on our Twitter page or on Facebook, HHW Show. Or you could go ahead and leave your comments in the remarks in the hhwshow.com, as I will go ahead and write the article and blog so everyone could read, and then we could get some feedbacks from there. What are you guys are looking for tomorrow for WrestleMania? We'll start with you, Tyler.
I am most looking forward to Edge versus Randy Orton. I think that's going to be a fun match, and I made my bold prediction the other day saying that this was going to be Edge's final match. So I'm going Team Randy. Let's hope that match can be an A+.
All right, Hector?
I'm looking forward to the NXT Women's Title match. I think this match is going to come out to be a little bit more explosive than what Becky and Baszler did tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing what Ripley can do on the main stage. So, yeah, looking forward to that one.
All right, Frank?
I'm looking forward to seeing Brock get hit with a Claymore.
You would, huh? Well,
yes.
I'm going to tell you what I'm looking forward to, and I'm just interested to see Aleister Black versus Bobby Lashley. I mean, these two have no history whatsoever, and to see them connect, I'm just curious to see what type of chemistry these two superstars will have, and I hope it's worth watching. So, all right. Thank you guys for joining me. Once again, brought to you by Clovercrest Media. Check them out. If you want to have a podcast, go ahead and go to clovercrestmedia.com to learn more about it. As far as the show, hey, thank you for listening. I'm Ovi Muniz. Until next time, this is the Hard Hittin Wrestling Show.